Now, in connection with this, we have some breaking news coming in. This is in connection with the entire Trump tariff fallout, where the Indian rupee has fallen 26 paise. It's fallen to about 85.78 against the dollar. This is, I think, on expected lines, considering the massive geopolitical conflicts that are underway across the globe. But significantly, this does follow in the footsteps of Trump's big tariff announcement, which was expected. But to get us more on what else is affecting this, we're crossing over to my colleague Ashesha, who joins us on the broadcast at this point. Ashesha, as far as the drop in the dollar's currency is concerned, it's fallen about 26 paise. As we were just discussing, there are geopolitical conflicts going on now, trade wars, and the concern over the bigger fallout of what these announcements will be. So give us more significance about what exactly this is doing to the markets.
Well, absolutely. But this is largely on expected lines. Remember, Indian markets have corrected over the last 3 to 4 odd months in anticipation of reciprocal tariffs, which have now finally come through. As you mentioned, dollar continues to appreciate. However, dollar index, if you look at the index, it has fallen from that 108, 110 odd mark to 103. And perhaps analysts are also expecting that dollar appreciation could reduce going forward, and that perhaps dollar could depreciate going forward. Back home, as far as Indian markets are concerned, as I mentioned, Indian markets have corrected over the last 5 to 6 odd months. Today, of course, they continue to reel under pressure, but they've recovered significantly from the lowest point of the day. Nifty is now down 80 odd points to trade near that 23,250 odd mark. Nifty Bank and Sensex also continue to bleed in today's trading session. But as I mentioned, this was largely on expected lines. In fact, India's reciprocal tariff rate at 26% is better as compared to peers like China, Japan and Korea. So that, in fact, is a positive for Indian economy, and that perhaps India could capture the opportunity that China was enjoying till this moment as far as exports are concerned. But yes, Indian markets are reacting negatively. In fact, global economy could fall under recession, US economy could slump, India's GDP could fall on account of reciprocal tariffs that have been impacted. But for now, it's a negative. Global markets are falling, and so is Indian markets. Nifty, as I mentioned, is under pressure, and Rupee also continues to depreciate.
Absolutely. Ashesha, do remain with us. As far as the markets are concerned, we were just discussing, you were just telling us more about the fact that they have opened in red. They have fallen. Specifically, the Nifty is below 23,200 points. Give us more details about what sectors specifically are being impacted by Trump's tariff announcements.
Well, absolutely. Several sectors continue to be impacted, especially the export-oriented sectors, the likes of IT. Nifty IT index, as I mentioned, is a big sectoral loser in today's trading session, but pharma sector continues to remain excluded. Remember, last week, President Donald Trump had given some commentary with respect to pharma exports, and that they could face the pressure of export duty, but now it has specifically been excluded, and that is the reason Nifty Pharma index is the biggest sectoral gainer in trade today. Indian pharma exports continue to be on the higher side, and IT exports. So all of these export-oriented sectors are most likely and most vulnerable to these export duties and changes that come through. IT index, of course, is impacted because global economy could fall into recession. Discretionary spending for Indian IT companies could come down. And that is the reason IT companies continue to be impacted. But as I mentioned, pharma has been specifically excluded. So pharma companies continue to gain in trade today. Apart from that, jewelry and pearl exports also are on the higher side. In fact, out of the total exports that we do, 10% exports fall in this category. The pearl and jewelry exports, all of those companies which export to the United States when it comes to jewelry, both gold as well as diamond, these sectors continue to be impacted. But pharma emerges as a big victory as of today, but IT sector continues to be impacted.
All right, Ashesha, thank you so much for joining us and getting us all of those crucial details. We'll continue